Hi everyone, I am here to talk to you about Gerald's Game, directed by Mike Flanagan, based on the book of the same name by Stephen King. I read this book when I was in college and it stuck with me. It's rare that I read a book, one. I did when I was much younger, but it's a quick read and it really scared me. Now I'm a jaded horror fan and nothing really scares me much anymore, but I remember that book really sticking with me and having some ominous, tense, nerve-wracking moments. That said, the movie of the same name, which came out 3 years ago, is also quite good. As I mentioned, it's directed by Mike Flanagan, who likes to work with the same actors time and time again in his works. His most recent one to date is Doctor Sleep, which, if you haven't seen it, it is quite a well-crafted film. It didn't get much attention when it was released a while ago. It's the sequel to The Shining, essentially. Yet what I admire about his work is that he isn't afraid to take risks, and he took risks in Doctor Sleep, and he also did in Gerald's Game. I have to mention that there's a lot of tense psychological moments in this movie. There's topics of child abuse, and it's not the kind of film that is a popcorn flick. Yet I found it's great to watch while we're in lockdown. And it follows the story of a couple who go to home in the remote area of, I think they're in Louisiana, but I'm not sure exactly where. And they play a little sex game. And unfortunately, that sex game leads to the wife becoming incapacitated and or handicapped because her husband has a heart attack in the middle of it. But before I get into too much more and give away any more spoilers, it's got great pacing. She has a lot of conversations with herself and dwells on her past, and she's in somewhat of a fight to the finish with outside forces and those dwelling within her. So I recommend Gerald's Game, but just have a strong constitution because it gets very graphic in many parts, and it'll probably stir emotions in even the most jaded horror fan like myself. Or you can do like I did and read it, which I did many years ago, and thought it was even more scary because the images you can create in your mind are often scarier than what you can see on screen. You're welcome. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's Netflix and Phil, because I did.